So y'all know I talk to y'all about observances and things that I see, you know, and I like to give my opinion sometimes. And this is one of those times because it's just some shit that's wild to me. Like, I've seen this video where this guy was saying that all these women out here getting degrees and doing all of these things and, making all these accomplishments. And he basically said, don't no man want no woman that's doing all of that. And I'm sitting here confused as fuck because it's like, okay, 1 minute a woman is a gold digger if she don't have her own and she expects a man to take care of her or pay her bills or house her, feed her, clothe her, take her on trips and shit like that. The shit that women like to do. Get your own shit, go to work, blah blah blah. That was last year, this been an ongoing thing. This been going on for years, that women get pegged as gold diggers if they go out looking for a man that they want to take care of them. Now y'all saying, well, I ain't gonna say y'all, but he represent, other men, I'm sure, who feel that they don't want a woman that is accomplished. Man, this shit got me confused as fuck because how can you want it both ways? Like, I don't know. But I will say this. No woman should be out here living up to less than her potential in order to have a man. No woman should be out here saying, I'm not going to get no degree, I'm not going to work, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that in order to have a man. Because ultimately, what you do when you do that is you're putting someone else's happiness ahead of yours. I promise y'all, is a brother out here that will appreciate you for who you are, your degrees, your business sense, your business savvy, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And y'all will be equal partners in a relationship, and he won't want nobody just being his concubine, because that's really what a concubine is a woman who is there for whatever the man's needs are. Okay? So if you want that's fine if somebody wants that. But what I'm saying is, it's almost like we're being told that we're less than a woman because we want to do things for ourselves, or we want to work, or we have goals to have degrees and have businesses and things like that. We get in our bag, we ain't just trying to be up under the man. It's like, you can't win for losing. No matter what kind of woman you are, it's almost like you cannot fucking win for losing if you're the type of woman who ain't all in her man's phone doing all of this old crazy stuff. Oh, well, you don't care about me. It's like, what the fuck? Man, listen. I'm going to say this on behalf of myself. Now, I am a leisurely woman, if you will. Meaning I don't have to go out and work. My finances are taken care of. I can pay my bills and all of that. A little help ain't no problem. But I am a woman who has been there, done that. I don't know if this is for the younger women or who it's for, but I've been there, done that. I've been married and all of that. But in the marriage, I was the strong one. I was the one who was always carrying the load all the time. That's not to say that, my ex didn't work and all of that kind of stuff. But when it came down to struggle and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't the one leaving the burden onto him. We worked as a team to try to fix our shit, but there were times when he would create the problems and I would have to fix them. Okay? I feel like we should be equal in every way. We give and take. We both paying bills. We both handling our business, whatever the case may be, if that's what's necessary. Now, if the brother out here making, a lot of money and he can afford for me to be at home and, I could be like Eddie Murphy said, well, I work my little boutique on the weekends. So we got $1,070 because I want to do my share. You know, I don't have no problem with that. I can stay at home and do what I do, read my tarot cards and all of that, because that's love. That ain't, work for me. But if a brother out here and he interested in me and we vibing and we like each other, whatever, and he got his thing going on, and he like, well, you ain't got to leave out the house to work, but you can still do your thing. In the house, we ain't worried about no bills and all of that. But at the same time, you have to look at things from a standpoint of you never know what's going to happen. You never know. And it ain't about a motherfucker leaving you. It could have to do with a person dying. That person could pass away and you're left alone to fend for yourself. So every woman should know how to handle her business and take care of herself. When I used to work in banking, I used to see ladies, and this was in the 90s, so I know we living in a different time, but I used to see ladies that came in who allowed their husbands to take care of everything. They were housewives. All they did was take care of the house and take care of the children and take care of their husband. When their husband died, they didn't even know how to write a check. They didn't even know how much money they had in the bank. They didn't know how to handle no business. And they're coming in there crying to me like, can you please help me? I don't know what to do. Nobody should be in this world not knowing what the fuck to do. I'm sorry. Now, like I said, if you don't mind being a housewife and, just taking care of the house and the kids and the man, by all means, more power to you. But my whole point of this video is, if you're a woman who is truly self-reliant and you are happy being an entrepreneur and doing all of these things, do not dummy yourself down in order to have a man to think. Don't allow society or anyone else to make you think that you ain't gonna never get a man because you're a woman who is independent. I was getting ready to not say independent because it's such a word that nobody likes for women to use to describe themselves. But if you've been put in a position where you can't rely on anybody else to take care of you because you got bills, you got a house, you got a car, you got all these things that you need to do, who else are you going to depend on to take care of it for you? You supposed to sit there and be homeless and carless until you find a man to do these things for you? No. It's like independence is a dirty word when it comes to women because so many people are stuck in the dark ages. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like you've been stuck in the dark ages if you think a woman ain't supposed to get out here and handle her fucking business, and then when she meets somebody, she might be running her own corporation. Yes, her own corporation business where she built that shit up on her own, and now she's supposed to push all of that to the side because she met a man who doesn't want her to work. That makes no sense. I say once again, you can be a strong, independent woman and still have other needs from a man. You can still be in a partnership with a man and have a relationship, marriage, all of that, and still not have to completely rely on him. Y'all supposed to rely on each other for things. That's what partnership is about. That's what it's about. It's not about who makes the most money and all of that kind of stuff, because if y'all doing it collectively and for the right reasons, it won't matter who makes the most money. Everybody eating, everybody happy. That's what's supposed to be important. But when I seen that video and that brother was like, nobody want no woman, that's made all these accomplishments, because what am I supposed to do with her? And it's like, what do you mean, sir? What do you mean, what are you supposed to do with her? You supposed to revere her, just like you want her to have your back and support you in whatever it is that you do and your dreams and making your money. And, you're supposed to do the same thing for her. You're supposed to be proud to say how smart your woman is, how talented your woman is, how your woman out here making moves and shit, and you ain't got nothing to worry about because business gonna be handled if anything happen. Because again, just like something could happen to the man, something could happen to the woman. You still gonna keep going. But in most cases, because of the role that society has put women in, where we supposed to be this helpless, damsel in distress, where we need all this help from a man and we ain't supposed to help ourselves, that's just utterly ridiculous. And again, I say, if that's what you want, I'm not knocking that, but I don't feel like anybody should dim their own light to give somebody else shine, whether it's their man or whoever. And it's a lot of men out here who will get with the woman knowing full well what she is. And then she'll tell him up front, like, this is what I do. I got my business, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It goes back to the representative telling somebody what to do. Oh, damn, she fine than a motherfucker. I need somebody like her on my arm. But then when she want to work, what you want to do that for? Motherfucker, I told you when you met me, this is what I wanted to do. So, it is clear and concise conversations and communications that need to be had. And let's not pretend like I don't mind when you really do mind. And that's on both ends of the spectrum. If you don't want nobody that works, don't get with a woman that works. If you don't want a man that don't have time for you, don't get with a man that's always busy. You know what I'm saying? You find somebody that's equal to you and on the same page, path, and vibe as you. You can't get with somebody and then get mad when they not doing or giving you what it is that you want. And you knew what it was when you met them. That makes no sense. But, I mean, I'm still confused as to, what this brother was talking about, because it's like every season, it's something new from these brothers. They got a problem with the woman being ratchet. They got a problem with you being naked. They got a problem with the BBLs. They got a problem with you being fat. They got a problem with you being skinny. They got a problem with you being promiscuous. They got a problem with you being a virgin. They got a problem with everything. Some of these brothers got a problem with everything a woman does. And nobody is perfect. It's like you're supposed to accept them as they are, but change yourself to live up to their standards. Nobody should be doing that. I don't give a fuck, man, woman, boy, girl, whatever. Nobody should be living their lives to satisfy anybody else because they're not being them. You want somebody to live up to all of these standards, but you can do whatever you want. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm just, it makes, when I hear stuff like that, it makes me feel like, at the big 50, having been married and all of that kind of stuff, I might have to live the rest of this life all by myself because it's too much. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to bend or break to be something that a man wants me to be. I mean, I've had conversations with men on the phone who ask me about myself, and then when I'm telling them about myself, oh, that's cool, but I want my woman to do so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, well, it's a good thing I'm not your woman. Because I don't do that. I'm not Susie Homemaker. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that. I got to make sure I'm always taken care of. Because I'm not going to completely put my life in nobody else's hands to take care of me. And then when they decide they want something different or, heaven forbid they die, it's so many different scenarios as to what could happen where I'm left alone to my own devices and have to handle my own business and start all over again. I've been there, done it, and I don't want to have to do that again. I want to be comfortable with somebody. And it's like, you can't satisfy nobody all of the time, and I'm not going to bend over backwards in order to do so, and I don't expect nobody to do that for me either. It's just so exhausting. But I felt like I had to address this because these young ladies coming up that's out here looking for somebody, and they're basically being told, well, you got to be this and you got to be that and you got to do this and you got to do that, and it's confusing. And then they'll fall into being and doing something that they don't want to be or do just for the sake of having a man. And I'm like Luther Vandross. I ain't meant to live alone, but I ain't met nobody that can turn my house into a home as of yet because they got a problem with who I am. And hey, I ain't nothing I can do about that. I am who I am, and if you want me to accept you, then you have to accept me. But the uniqueness of who and what I am is something that everyone can't handle, man, woman, boy, or girl. So I've learned to accept that. So you ladies, you queens, you goddesses out here, you ladies, y'all gotta, figure out what it is that you want for yourself and be that, and be the best you that you can be. And if it's anything about you that needs to change, you do your best efforts to heal and change and all of these different things, but don't do it for someone else, do it for yourself. So that's all I have for you, baby loves. I appreciate y'all for listening. I'm sending you all love, light, positive energy, and healing vibes as always. I'll see you soon, macaroons. Bye.